What up, peeps? It's your boy Heckin Steve. Welcome back to the channel, and today I want to talk to you about subscription gaming, specifically Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, PlayStation Plus Premium, and Nintendo Switch Online, because it's the holiday season of 2024 here, and you may be on the receiving end of a new game console, and maybe you only get like one game for it, maybe two if you're lucky, or maybe more if you're a rich piece of shit. But for everybody else, we need to take a look and see what kind of gaming experience you can get for the minimal amount of money, getting the maximized amount of games. And I know that, with digital games, you don't really own them, especially if you're renting them in a subscription service. But who really gives a shit? At the end of the day, maybe you just want to play the game, and then you can buy it physical later if you want. By the way, I'm looking at the most expensive options that Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo offer. So that's what we're going to be looking at, the maximum amount of games that you can get for, the highest price. Because if you're going to do this, you might as well do it like the maximum way. And they're all like priced to where it's like, they kind of like milk you up there anyway, so you might as well just fucking give in if you're giving in. All right, so first we're talking about Nintendo Switch Online expansion. Now this is $50 a year, which is really not that bad when you break it down. That's like $5 a month. You get access to NES games, Super Nintendo games, Game Boy, Nintendo 64, and Game Boy Advance, and also you get Sega, which we'll have to open that in another tab. But we'll go ahead, we'll look at the NES options here. So, I mean, dude, there's plenty of games on there now. Originally, when they started doing this shit, you only got like fucking 4 to 10 options as far as I remember. But yeah, I mean, there's some good stuff on here. Blaster Master, Dig Dug 2. Well, I don't know about Dig Dug 2, but yeah, you got your Donkey Kong boy, you got your Donkey 3, Double Dragon 2, fuck yeah, Dr. Mario, Earthbound Beginnings. That's not really for me, but I mean, hell, somebody might like that. You got Excite Bike, Ghost and Goblins, Fire and Ice. Also, am I like in the way? I'm in the way. Fuck me, I'm always in the way. We'll put me at the top left here. All right, yeah, keep going. Gradius, Ice Hockey. I heard this is a really fun game. Honestly, I mean, how could it suck? I mean, it's hockey. It could suck, I guess. Oh man, Mock Rider, Kid Icarus. Dude, I used to work with a guy at Best Buy, and he called it Kid Icarius. What a fucking retard. Kirby's Adventure, Kung Fu Heroes. I'm not really a big NES guy, but I mean, there are a couple of really good games. Ninja Gaiden, Pro Wrestling, Punch-Out, RC Pro-Am's a favorite. I don't really like the top-down, but River City Ransom. You trying to do some beat-em-ups? What the fuck you say to me, bitch? There you go. Snake Rattle and Roll, Rygar, Shadow the Ninja, Solomon's Key. This is just the NES options you get. Star Tropics, Sup My Bro 3, Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, and you get Super Mario Bros. 1 and 2, of course. You're going to have all your bangers. You know what I mean? So, like, Tecmo Bowl's on there. Legend of Zelda from my Zelda boys. Tetris. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, but one thing you aren't going to play with the Nintendo Switch Online? You're not going to play any fucking Switch games. That's right. The only thing they offer you is DLC. For certain games, and a couple of them are obsolete, like Splatoon 2. Who plays Splatoon 2 when Splatoon 3 exists? Anyways, let's look at the Super Nintendo now. This is my childhood right here. We got Battletoads and Double Dragon. We got Battletoads and Battle Maniacs. Brawl Brothers, and honestly, these games play great on the Switch. I mean, as they should, because they're about 30. They're almost as old as me. Yeah, some of them are actually older. Breath of Fire 1 and 2. Those are some pretty good RPGs. Let's see. We got some Demon's Crest, Doomsday Warrior. You gotta have your donkeys. 1, 2, and 3. Earthbound. There it is. Earthworm Jim 2. Harvest Moon. Now, that's a really expensive game. I mean, so is Earthbound. So, I mean, like, even if you just want to play these games for the fuck of it, but you don't want to shell out for the old school way of playing it physically, then this is a great option. Killer Instinct here. Also, I forgot to mention, you can do a family plan. Honestly, if you're going to do the Nintendo Switch Online, you should probably just do that. It's $80. You can have 8 people on the account. So, I mean, like, you just find some bros, and then you guys all throw in, like, $10 a piece, and then just, there you go. Kirby Superstar, Kirby's Avalanche, Kirby's Dream Course, Kirby's Dream Land 3, damn! Pilot Wings, most of your bangers are here. You know what I mean? No Chrono Trigger, though. That's a fucking bummer. They really should add that on here. Star Fox, then you got Star Fox 2, which is, that was originally released on the Super Nintendo Classic. Speaking of the classic consoles, man, this kind of, like, killed those, but I really wish that they still made them. I think that some people would still buy those Super Nintendo Classics. It's just a shame. Oh, and then we got Super Mario All-Stars, Super Ghouls and Ghosts up here. Mario Kart, obviously got to have that. Super Mario World and Yoshi's Island, Super Metroid, Super Punch-Out, I mean, there's a shit ton of stuff on here, man. And like compared to like what it started as, this is like a huge improvement. Wild Guns. All right, and then we're looking at the Game Boy. And yeah, you know, you're looking at some green and black fucking video games. Baseball, that's one I had as a kid. That was pretty sweet. Castlevania Legends. You got Donkey Kong Land 1, 2, and 3. I don't know why you would play those if you have Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3 on the Super Nintendo, but it is what it is. A bunch of Kirby games. Mega Man 2, 3, 4, 5, and you get Wily's Revenge. That's pretty sick. Pokemon trading card game. I played a shit ton of that on the Game Boy Color back in the day. So yeah, they've kind of mixed in a couple Game Boy Color games in the Game Boy category here. Man, I love the soundtrack to that game. And then of course you got your Tetris here, which you know, everybody had a copy of that if they had a Game Boy as a kid, because it was a pack-in game. And then you got Link's Awakening and Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons, Wario Land 3. So not as many Game Boy games, but I mean, still, you know, that's one of the newer things they've added onto the service. Then you got Nintendo 64 here. Actually, quite a bit of bangers on the 64. Kazooie, the Tooie, Blast Core, Dr. Mario 64, Excite Bike. You know my ass, always thinking about biting something because I'm fat as hell, ready to eat. GoldenEye 007, Harvest Moon 64, you know, Jet Force Gemini. You're gonna see, you know, mostly first party games on this service here. Kirby 64, Mario Golf, Mario Kart 64, Mario Party 2, 3. Perfect Dark, Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, that's sick. Snap, Puzzle League is actually pretty fun if you never played it before. Of course, you got Paper Mario, Pilot Wing 64. Man, they haven't added Donkey Kong 64 on here yet. What the fuck? Do that, dumbasses. And, you know, add the Pokemon Game Boy games while you're at it. Got Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. I've heard someone call it Ocarina of Time before. So if you want me to bitch slap myself on behalf of the person that I heard say that, I got you, because that's stupid as hell. Yoshi's Story. Alright, so what's next here? We are looking at Game Boy Advance. Not as many of those, because it's still kind of a fairly new thing to the service. We got some F-Zero in this motherfucker. We got Fire Emblem, Golden Sun The Lost Age, Mario Luigi Superstar Saga. Then we got Metroid Fusion, Zero Mission, Mystery Dungeon Red, Mario World, Mario Advance 2. See, it's just like, why would you want to play these? Like, why would you want to play this when you could just play the NES version, which is on the service? But I guess they just figure, hey, throw it on there because we own it and it won't cost us any money to offer it, so just do it anyways. Or you know, maybe people are nostalgic for that particular version because that's what they had as a kid. Same thing goes with Yoshi's Island, Mario Advance 3. And then you got WarioWare here. Now, okay, yeah, and then the Sega, for some reason, they segregated. No pun intended. Segregation. That's a stupid ass joke. But you got some really good stuff on here, man. And also you can buy the Genesis Classics, which is a separate game. It's not part of the subscription service. And it also has some Genesis games on there. But you got Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Streets of Rage 2, which is a dope ass beat 'em up, Echo the Dolphin, classic Genesis game. We've got Castlevania Bloodlines, Golden Axe, Strider, Contra Hardcore. We got Mean Bean Machine in this motherfucker. Gunstar Heroes. But yeah, they don't have them all listed out, you know, with the cover art and stuff. So, bam, if you want to pause that and take a look, I mean, there's some good shit on there. They even got Crusader Ascenty on here, which is a really expensive Genesis game, but I hope they keep adding to the Sega Genesis because there's still a lot that we need. We need them Simpsons games on there, man. Bart's Nightmare, that's a good-ass game. All right, next up, we're looking at PlayStation Plus Premium. Now, this shit cost, I think, like $160 a year. Hold up, yeah, premium. What the fuck was that? All right, yeah, $160 a year. So I mean, that's that ain't great. 609 games available. So you know, you're gonna see a little bit of filler in here, but there's a lot of really good stuff that you could play as well. And hopefully we see some of it here. We got 34 pages to look at. That's pretty crazy. There you go. Ape Escape 1 and 2. That's pretty good. Arc the Lad's good. Of course, you got all your Assassin's Red games. Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed, Back for Blood. That's pretty fun. Don't sleep on that game, man. That's like Left 4 Dead 3. Beyond Two Souls, great single player game. We got Arkham Knight on here. We got Blood Bowl 3. Holy shit, they made 3 Blood Bowls already? I thought there was only 1. Blood Omen 2, Blood Omen 1, Bloodborne, I've heard is fantastic. I remember playing it at launch, but like I didn't think it was that great, but apparently it is. And actually, I might have that confused with a different game now that I think about it. Maybe I haven't played that game. Yeah, Cat Quest 1 and 2. Nobody will probably want to play that. City Skylines, fun. And of course, for as far as I know, if you have a Portal, all these will play on the Portal as well. Dude, you got cool borders for the PS1. That's pretty sick. Wait, hold on. Is this like a remake or something? Nah, that's gotta be like the original game. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that. I've heard that Control is good. Construction Simulator. They make simulation games all over the place. You got PSP, Crisis Core, Dark Cloud 1 and 2, great RPGs. Daxter. That's definitely a PSP game. Let's see, Dead Island 2, Dead by Daylight, that's pretty fun. Death Stranding, fucking awesome. So yeah, I mean, $160 a year. They recently added Dino Crisis. That's a must play if you like survival horror games. Definitely check that out. Also check out Detroit Become Human. Fantastic game, high replay value, multiple endings. Fucking Doom. So much Doom, you could fucking just come from all the Doom. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, fantastic. Kakarot. It's alright, you know, I definitely like Fighter Z more. Hot Shots Golf, always a banger. Fallout 4, fantastic games. Far Cry, you know, you guys, Far Cry as far as you can fucking cry. No Far Cry 2 though. Big bummer, because that one's fucking great. Then we got, you know, you got your Type O, Final Fantasy. You got Final Fantasy 7 Remake, which is, you know, Final Fantasy 7 being one of the best RPG games of all time. Maybe, if not, one of the best video games of all time. You know, that's what everybody else thinks. I mean, for me personally, it's probably a good game, but I don't think about it. Ghost of Tsushima, though, now that is an amazing game. I've heard these Ghostbusters games are pretty fun. I mean, so you got options. God of War 3 Remastered, Grand Theft Auto 5, of course, you got to throw that on there. Everybody's waiting for Grand Theft Auto 6, and, you know, that might take a little while. Gravity Rush, so you can hop on some Grand Theft Auto 5 in the meantime. Harvest Moon, you got enough Harvest to moon your motherfucking ass. And we got our jacks. We got 1, 2, and 3, and we got the Precursor. The Lost Frontier, because Precursor is the first one, as far as I know. Pretty sure it is, like 99.9% sure, but I'm not like a Jack and Daxter historian, so I could be fucking wrong. I don't think I am though. Just Cause 4, Just Cause 3, just cause, you know, we put them on here just cause, you know, we gotta fill up we gotta make it seem like we have a lot of games here. 609. Which is a lot. Killing Floor 2, fun zombie monster shooting game. Killzone Shadow Fall, Killzone Liberation, plenty of shit, man. What else we got on here? Lawn Mowing Simulator. You gotta have Landmark Edition, and you gotta have regular. You know, so that counts as 2. So there is a little fluff in this. You know what I mean? So Legendary Fishing. Then you got a bunch of Lego games. So if you got children's, that one's good. Life is Strange. Heard that's a fantastic game. You know, so it looks like you have most of that on here. Complete seasons of 1 and 2. Yeah. Like a Dragon. Heard that's pretty good. But yeah. Oh, then we got Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. We got Guardians of the Galaxy here. That's pretty good. Medieval from the OG PlayStation. We got some Mega Mans. So yeah, I mean, between just Nintendo and PlayStation alone, like if you ended up with both of these services, you've got crap ton of stuff to play here. All right, so next we're looking at Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. It is $20 a month, or what is that, like $240 a year? So it's a little more expensive, but you know, they do day one releases, so you get, you know, access to new games like Call of Duty Black Ops 6. You got that day one. Flight Simulator 2024, even though its first day was horrible because it didn't fucking work. Then, you know, like the new Indiana Jones game that just came out is on there. So you got 504 games for console, and then PC you got 457. Now some of these do, you know, some of them are the same thing, so it's not like you're getting like 900 games, you know, exactly. But you know, it's still a lot of stuff, and a lot of newer stuff. You know, Stalker 2 you got on there, Indiana Jones, which just came out, Metal Slug Tactics. And I would definitely say that Game Pass is the best option out of the 3 if you're looking to play like newer shit, because they put stuff on here more frequently, and they also have like cross progression, so if you do swap back and forth between PC and Xbox, you can kind of like keep your saves and stuff all synchronized, so that is pretty sweet. We got the Spyro trilogy, we got the South Park game, Genshin Impact, Goat Simulator Remastered. For some reason, people like that that Goat Simulator game. Yep, the Flight Simulator 2024. Hopefully that gets better. You got Age of Empires 2, Zuma's Revenge, Yakuza Like a Dragon, a bunch of Yakuza games, which I think is kind of funny. Like, there wasn't really any on the PlayStation subscription. but here they all are here. I don't know, like, why. I feel like Yakuza was a PlayStation game for so long. It's kind of crazy not to see it there. Wreckfest, you know, you got your Wolfensteins and stuff, and some of these games you might have access on the PlayStation Plus premium side, but like, what, you know, and the whole point of this video too is like, what if you didn't want to collect physical games at all? Like, what if you just wanted to just play what was on these subscriptions and like how much it would cost you and shit? So that's another reason why I did this video. It's just kind of interesting. The Katamari reroll plus Royal Reverie. Katamari is a fun game. If you haven't played that, you should definitely give it a shot. Let's see, Viva Pinata, Unravel 2, those are great. They're part of the EA Play. You got your UFC, Unpacking, very chill ass game. It's not really a game, it's more just like an interactive, like, kind of web page, little Java game, but it's still dope, man. You got your Tomb Raiders, Tabs, that's another game that's not really a game. The Hunter Call of the Wild, surprisingly, I really love that game. You got your Titanfall 2, badass fucking game. You got all your Walking Dead games here. The Quarry, that's more like an interactive movie, like where you choose your own choices and shit. It's not bad though, you know, by any means. Got Skyrim, Evil Within 1 and 2, Oblivion, you got Morrowind for the OG Xbox. You know, there's a huge fan base for Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim. So there you go, man. You got them all in this, you know, all in one place. Terraria is over here, Shredder's Revenge is over here, Callisto Protocol. I heard that was a bust of a game. Sunset Overdrive, that's a dope ass game. Super Hot, also a dope ass game. State of Decay 1 and 2. Stardew Valley, Starfield, you know, you got your Battlefront 2, Jedi Survivor, Jedi Fallen Order. So plenty of Star Wars options. There's your Skate 3, and then you got OG Skate on there as well. Saifu, very fun, difficult game. Highly recommended if you like beat 'em ups though. It's very challenging. Every time that you die, you like become older, and then like that's how you lose, because like eventually you're like, you die of old age. Because they keep kicking your ass. It's really fun though. Sea of Thieves, also a really fun game. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Definitive Edition, so much shit. Rise, fun game. And most of these games that I'm naming off, like Sea of Thieves, Rise, those are games that, you know, Microsoft exclusive, or at one point they were. I know that Rise is definitely still only on Xbox. There you go. You got Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 here. We got Remnant 2, Redfall. Redfall is another bust of a game. Rare Replay, there's a lot of good classic games in that collection there. Power Wash Simulator. Now, that's a game that I've played more than I wish I could brag about. Octopath Traveler 1 and 2, No More Heroes, No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is fun. For a few hours at least. Mirror's Edge and Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Very fun games. You know, if you get this service, man, you definitely check them out. Minecraft Dungeons, you know, people sleep on this, but this is basically Diablo 3, but Minecraft. So if you like Minecraft and you like Diablo, play fucking Minecraft Dungeons. It's super fun, man. Let's see, we got the Mass Effect games, 1, 2, and 3, and you got Andromeda. That's pretty sweet. Mech Warrior 5 up there. Definitive Edition of Mafia. We got Madden 24. Killer Instinct Anniversary Edition, if you like the classic fighters. Insurgency Sandstorm, that's actually a pretty fun game if you like try-hard shooters. You got the Halo Master Chief Collection. I mean, dog. Not to mention that, but you got Halo Wars 1 and 2. And you got Halo Infinite's campaign. And, of course, the multiplayer for Halo Infinite is free in general, so you don't have to have Game Pass for that. You only need Game Pass to play the campaign. Grounded, surprisingly a fun game. Halo 5, I can't really say as much about, but you got every Halo game. Then you have a superior version of GoldenEye 007 that was supposed to originally release on the 360, and it was like hidden for so long, and then they finally released it. You could play that on Switch, and you could play that on Xbox. You got every single Gears of War game, as far as I know. I think that's every single one of them. Fusion Frenzy, another fun party game. It's kind of like Mario Party in a way, but just mini games. Then you got a couple of Forza options. Forza Horizon 5, definitely great. Forza Horizon 4 is fun too. Flintlock, Fight Night Champion, absolute best boxing game ever. Then, you know, you got your more Far Cry's here, but we got Fable 1, 2, and 3, and you got a bunch of Fallout, man. I believe PlayStation only had Fallout 4, so like you got 76 here and New Vegas. And then, yeah, they don't have Far Cry 2 either. Everybody's sleeping on Far Cry 2. Some more UFC games, some more sports games. There's your Dragon Age Inquisition, Dragon Age 2, and Origins. Some more Doom. You get Disneyland Dreamlight Valley included with this. I think this is the only way to play it without having to buy it straight up, is to have it on Game Pass. Then you got Dead Space 1, 2, 3, and Ignition. Deathloop, Deep Rock Galactic. Very fun co-op horde shooter. Highly recommend that. If you've never played that, check it out. Also, they have the remake of Dead Space Remastered. Dead Island 2, DayZ, Dead by Daylight also over here. All 3 Crysis games. Dante's Inferno, another game that's like Rise and God of War, hack and slash kind of RPG game. Highly recommend checking that out. Crackdown 3, Crash Bandicoot Trilogy, Crusader Kings, Modern Warfare 3. And then, of course, you got Black Ops 6. I think we were looking at this in alphabetical order, but backwards. Broforce, surprisingly fun game. Brotato, I've heard, is fun. Brothers: The Tale of Two Sons is a pretty fun game. Black for the OG Xbox, dope ass shooting game. You got all your Battlefields, including the shitty 2042. Honestly, if you're not playing Battlefield 5, you're definitely playing Battlefield 4. Batman Arkham Knight, Banjo-Tooie over here, and Kazooie, and N and Nuts and Bolts. Excuse me, not N and B. Nuts and Bolts. Original Army of Two. You got Ark. Ark is fucking the best and worst game ever made. It's like a survival game with dinosaurs. It's fucking brutal, man. But it could also be, you know, rewarding and stuff. I think that's the end, though. Down here at the bottom, we got some Age of Empires, A Way Out, and Alice Madness Returns. So yeah, that's a lot of games. It's a lot of games you get between all those. So I mean, like, if we think about it here, there's 160 for the PlayStation, it'd be 240 for Game Pass, and then $50 for Nintendo Switch Online. So you'd be looking at $450 a year to own, or not own, to be subscribed to all 3 services at one time. So I'd say that they're worth it, you know. But then again, at the end of the day, you don't get anything out of it other than the fact that you have access to play it. But I thought this would be an interesting video to do, and I had fun. I hope you had fun too. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, and let me know if you guys are actually subscribed to any of these services. And that's the thing too, is like, you have to have these services to play online anyway. So if you play multiplayer games on modern consoles, chances are you probably do have one of these services, whether you want to or not. Maybe you have the basic versions, which don't come with all the games, but I feel like if you're gonna do it, man, you gotta do it all the way.